Hi. Hi, everyone. It's me, Samantha. I know that I look a little bit different today. I'm really caught off guard. Have to understand that I've been doing some cooking, and not only that, but I've had other interests. And when I do go on live, it's been basically on what's it called? Give me a minute. YouTube, not YouTube. Facebook. So with the Facebook, I get all decked out. I didn't get decked out this instant because the weather's nice, and of course, and by the way, everybody, I have Pepe right here. He's nice and chubby. Come over here and say hello. There he is. He's got a little coat on. I hope that y'all can read it. It says little but loud. Look how happy he is. Those of y'all that y'all see him on last year's videos, y'all see that he was a little puppy, but now he's a grown dog. Yes, a grown neutered specimen of male Chihuahua puppy, and he's a lot more settled. And look how strong and mighty he is, and pretty. Let's put him on the side here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Other than that, let me comfortably sit back and have a little chat with y'all. Well, I'm well and happy. As you can tell, I'm in the same apartment. Nothing has changed. My think mechanism is pretty much the same. If y'all catch up with me on the Facebook and send me a face request. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, depending on my mood. I'll be honest with you. I mean, you know how moody I can be. I'll do my best. I mean, I might let you into the little happiness valley of happiness on my Facebook. And I only have 20 20 follower, whatever. And they're basically my first cousins and people who are very near and dear, very, and that I have to keep in close contact with. Some of them, like those that are one in Kansas, because I buy Stanley products and full of brushes and so forth. That's a big plus for me. And yes, I still puff, so some things I can't get. But as you can tell, everybody, how different. And well, I mean, this is my real hair. I'm a natural, today. No, I don't have no wig on or nothing today. I mean, I'm just being myself. So I'll stop feeling with it. I don't know how I've managed. I've been dealing with a lot of hard realities. I'm not gonna boo-hoo or nothing, but it's just I have my moments. I have my moments of glory that I can put on the Ritz with the makeup and all of that. But I have a few other people like myself that have through the whole surgery. One, what two? We don't talk. But the first one, yeah, she's up in Minneapolis, and we had the same doctor who did us both. And she's 74, and I'm 55, and we keep in touch. Um, she doesn't cook like me or develop recipes, and um, put the makeup and hang the wig, or much less even color her hair. I have to come to the grips and understand that all of us are different. Not everybody wants to, be, like I said, I mean, today is a regular day, so to speak, and I'm not really, trying to put forth an image. I just want to have a one-on-one talk with everybody who knows me, and I'm being sincere and honest. Um, I know you're probably asking within yourself, why haven't you made a very, very up to date video here? on YouTube. It's been very painful. I'll just say it like that. It's been painful what I'm dealing with family politics. There we go. We'll say it like that. Very, very painful. I'll say another word. Uh, in the history of mankind, humanity, human beings can be human beings can get desensitized. Human beings can get desensitized to those around them because they get to the point in their ghastly deeds that it's literally the norm. A fine example in Germany, when the Germans were watching the Jews get marched off to you know where, it was nothing to see their fellow mankind, their fellow human being, subjected to such atrocities and knew good and well what was going on. They didn't mind. Desensitize ghastly things to them that are the individual or the few individuals which clan together. They they think it's the norm to go against me and not lift fellow blood, flesh and blood family members up financially, emotionally, psychologically. It's the norm to keep pushing them down emotionally, psychologically, physically, financially, everything. And that's what I'm going through. Um, I am in ruins, but I do have a roof over my head for so far so good. But in my situation that I deal with, uh, and then of course my lifestyle very conservative. Literally, what they would say another keyword cloistered, cloistered, uh, withdrawn from the world, from the secular world, within the confines of this little apartment. I pretty much stay, other than having to go to the mass, grocery shopping, basic needs that I have to meet. And it's of no relevance, no consequence within my family, immediate two brothers and mother, to watch me suffer uh, in all ways that you can imagine, which I've already told y'all. I don't have the vehicle, yada, yada, yada. I mean, it's in comparison to their, oh, I mean, they've manipulated and they slice and dice, similar to those that are desensitized to their fellow human beings. To them, it's nothing. They think it's normal. Anybody else, all those that see me walk into my mother's house, well, now it's my brother's house. My mother has not yet passed away, but he keeps it very hush hush that my mother is suffering from dementia. So, with that being said, he manipulated her, the situation, and maneuvered her to give him the entire house, the entire estate. Honestly. And she's not even dead yet. But since he has power of attorney over her affairs, he little by little, and they did this and they didn't even call me. They didn't even mention it to me. They didn't even say, well, Sam, I'm going to go on ahead and give Daniel Albert the house and I'm going to sign it over for whatever reasons. Even though you are part of me, we waited for you to be born, but because you transgendered, I'm discriminating against you and leaving you out in the cold financially, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. If I feel up to it, you can come over and visit. That's literally what has transpired. The house has been given over to my brother, leaving me out in the cold because she's alive and supposedly she's in her right mind. But I know, they know that they maneuvered her, they manipulated her to their fullest advantage, financial gain. And I've voiced it on social media and on Facebook also, and those that have come across it, they're aghast at the hard reality. But it was done legally because they're not professing that she's, eaten up with dementia. No, 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 no. She puts up a good front. He makes her put up a good front. He teaches her all the right words and all of that, and then some. Because I know my mother does love me, but she's under such duress. He has some very, very, very up to date, very astute attorneys and friends that coax him. Because what you're dealing with is strictly scriptures, prayers, myself, the Holy Ghost. I wouldn't have been able to contrive any of that. And mind you, I don't have no boyfriends, no kind of influences other than the provider that comes over, on when I go to mass and those people there. I mean, he has done a great deal. My oldest brother has done, and I forever and a day will have this. Oh, I can forgive, but it's obvious. You know, it's just it's a hard reality. It's a hard reality. I don't cry. At first, I did. It took me, like I said. I mean, you'll see the difference in the videos where I'm very chipper and chirpy. But oh, that's my little clock. Hold on. It's been awful. You can't humanly possibly imagine the grief on my soul, on my mind, on my heart, on my will that I'm having to deal with these hard realities. As old as I am, and I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not ruining nobody, especially with my Ten Commandments belief and my biblical based morals, principles, ethics, and values. My little puppy and I. So I busy myself with a hobby. I create and develop different recipes, enjoy them, share them. But these are really, ghastly, hard realities that I'm dealing with within my family politics. You're probably saying, well, how come you don't get you into some new friends? My new friends, my old friends, they don't want to hear about the Ten Commandments. They don't want to bother people with that. I mean, they know better. They know better. They said, oh, you're just, off the rails and this and that. Because I choose to live morally, prayerfully, I'm off the rails. Well, I don't know what else to say. It seems, I'm going to tell you, it just seems this way. Back in 1978, back in 1982, in them days when I was, really going strong. I was against the grain then, being out of the closet, the 1980s, I'm coming out was my mantra, like I've put in the old videos. Then all of a sudden it was in vogue to be trans, whatever, all these fancy words. In other words, to be me, so to speak. And now that I'm older, now adopted and embraced a new, different life, biblically based, again, I'm going against the grain. How can you beat that? All my life, it seems like I've always gone against the grain. It's too I was wrong back then for going against the grain with my quote unquote same sex attraction. Now that it's I transgendered, that's all in vogue. Post op, like I've told y'all before. How strange was I born to just completely go live against the grain, against society's idealisms? I hurt. I don't get the financial backing, the equal portion. My brothers, they kept my portion. And my mother, under duress, she just goes along with it for fear that they'll lock her up and throw away the key. Mom never really was hateful to me. So I hurt. So you gotta be sweet enough to keep me in your thoughts, keeping it polite and politically correct. But y'all know what I'm saying. I'll let y'all go and say goodbye to Pepe real quicky, like, come here. Come. Oh, he's a handsome little one. Oh, look at that, isn't he precious? I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good evening.